The story of Natalie Nakase is not the kind that begins with headlines, hype, or instant recognition. It doesn't start with viral highlights or a moment that captures the world overnight. Instead, it begins quietly, with discipline, curiosity, and an unshakable commitment to understanding the game at a deeper level than most ever attempt. In a basketball world that often celebrates noise, charisma, and visibility, Nakase chose a different path. She chose preparation over praise, mastery over attention, and consistency over shortcuts. She didn't arrive with a famous last name or a built-in platform. There were no guarantees waiting for her, no clear path laid out. What she had instead was something far more powerful, an obsession with learning, a relentless work ethic, and the belief that excellence, if pursued long enough and with enough precision, would eventually speak for itself. Long before she stood on the sidelines of an NBA game, she was simply a student of basketball, studying every detail, every movement, every decision that shaped the outcome of a possession. Born on April 18, 1991, in Anaheim, Nakase grew up in a Japanese-American household where discipline, education, and hard work were not optional. They were expected. These values became the foundation of her identity. Her father coached youth basketball, and from a young age, she was surrounded by the rhythm of the game. But what stood out wasn't just that she was around basketball, it was how she absorbed it. While others watched casually, she studied. While others played instinctively, she analyzed. She wasn't just asking what happened. She was asking why. Why did a play succeed? Why did a defense break down? What could be done better next time? These questions became the framework of her understanding, shaping the way she approached both playing and coaching. As she developed, her game reflected that mindset. She was never the tallest or the most physically dominant player, but she had something far rarer, an advanced basketball IQ and the ability to make everyone around her better. At Marina High School, she established herself as a standout point guard. She controlled the tempo of games, made smart decisions under pressure, and led her team with composure. She earned all CIF honors and served as team captain, but even then, her focus was not on recognition. It was on growth, on improving, on understanding the game more completely. That mindset followed her to UC Irvine, where she continued her playing career in the Big West Conference. College basketball presented a new level of challenge, faster pace, stronger competition, higher expectations. But Nakase approached it the same way she approached everything else, with preparation and discipline. Over 4 seasons, she became a consistent starter and eventually team captain. Her leadership style remained steady, calm, focused, and effective. She wasn't the loudest voice on the court, but she was often the most influential. She made the right reads, kept the team organized, and created opportunities for others. At the same time, she pursued her degree in sociology, further developing her understanding of people, communication, and behavior. This balance between academics and athletics would later become a key part of her coaching identity. She wasn't just learning how to play the game, she was learning how to lead. When her playing career ended, many expected her to move on from basketball, but she had no intention of leaving. She wanted to coach. Her journey into coaching began without glamour or recognition. She started as a volunteer assistant at UC Irvine, working long hours with little visibility. But she treated the role with the same seriousness she had always applied to the game. She broke down film with precision, designed thoughtful drills, and communicated clearly with players. Her approach was simple but powerful. Be prepared, be consistent, be better every day. From there, she moved to Cal State Fullerton and later to Long Beach State, continuing to build her reputation. At each stop, coaches noticed the same qualities: her attention to detail, her ability to connect with players, and her deep understanding of the game. She didn't just coach, she elevated. But even with that growth, the path to the NBA remained uncertain. Breaking into professional basketball, especially in a coaching role, requires more than knowledge. It requires opportunity, timing, and persistence. For Nakase, that opportunity came in 2019 when she joined the Los Angeles Clippers as a player development and video coordinator. It was a behind-the-scenes position, but she approached it with full commitment. She arrived early, stayed late, and treated every task as an opportunity to prove her value. Her work stood out. Her preparation stood out. Her presence stood out. Head coach Doc Rivers and the staff quickly recognized her impact. She wasn't just completing assignments. She was contributing meaningfully to the team's success. Her scouting reports were detailed, her analysis precise, and her communication effective. In 2020, she was promoted to full-time assistant coach, becoming one of the few women in NBA history to hold that position. It was a significant milestone, but for Nakase, it was not a destination. It was a new level of responsibility. Her role expanded. She worked closely with players, contributed to game planning, and helped shape the team's development. When Tyronn Lue became head coach in 2021, her influence continued to grow. She became a trusted voice in meetings, a key figure in player development, and someone players respected. That respect is not easily earned in the NBA. It must be built. And Nakase built it through consistency, through preparation, through results. By the 2023-24 season, she had established herself as one of the most promising young coaches in the league. Her contributions to the team's defensive structure and player growth were widely recognized. And in 2024, she reached another milestone, serving as acting head coach during a preseason game. It was a historic moment. But for her, it was simply another step in the journey, another opportunity to lead. What makes Natalie Nakase unique is not just her knowledge of basketball, but her approach to leadership. She leads with clarity, not volume, with consistency, not emotion. She holds players accountable while also supporting their growth. Players trust her. They listen. They improve. And that is the true measure of a coach. Off the court, her influence continues to expand. She mentors young coaches, speaks at clinics, and advocates for greater opportunities for women in professional sports. Yet despite her growing platform, she remains grounded, focused, committed, driven by the same values that shaped her from the beginning. As of early 2026, at just 34 years old, Natalie Nakase stands as one of the brightest coaching prospects in the NBA. Her journey from a small gym in Huntington Beach to the sidelines of the NBA is not just a story of success. It is a story of persistence, discipline, and belief. From the courts of Anaheim to the highest level of professional basketball, she has carried the same mindset: prepare relentlessly, lead with purpose, and never stop learning. She doesn't need to raise her voice to be heard. She raises the level of everyone around her. And the basketball world is watching. Thank you all for watching this story of Natalie Nakase. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories of individuals who are changing the game.